A lot has been happening in Minasue's life behind the scenes, so I think it's time to do a grounded update on her, because the conversation around her has been stretched in too many directions lately, and a lot of important information came out quietly after Singles Inferno 5 ended, that people either missed or misunderstood. So let me quickly bring you all up to speed. Hi everyone, it's Funnel Pop. If you enjoy deep dive analysis and drama-free speculation, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. First, let's clear something up right away. Minasue didn't suddenly get picked up by an agency after the show because of controversy. It's now confirmed that she was already signed to Korak Beam Entertainment before Singles Inferno 5 aired. The agency information was kept private during the broadcast, which is actually very common with dating shows. Once the finale aired around mid-February, that's when things became visible. Her portal profile was updated, the agency's official social media channel started posting her photo shoot content, and suddenly people assumed this was a reaction to her popularity. In reality, it was a controlled reveal, not a scramble. Now, for the latest, she was announced as a model for Barrel, a well-established Korean swimwear and beachwear brand. That matters more than people realize. Barrel isn't a brand that chases viral drama. They're rooted in surf and water sports culture and tend to choose models based on physique, movement, and global appeal. Her casting there quietly confirmed what the fashion and advertising side already saw. Whatever people felt about her on the show, her commercial value wasn't in question. What's even more interesting is how different Minasue sounds when she speaks for herself in interviews compared to how she was flattened into a single label while the show was airing. In multiple interviews after the finale, she openly talks about being sensitive, about crying easily, about getting hurt more than people probably expect. In a recent Spot TV News interview conducted by reporter Kim Hyun-rock, she literally jokes that her real personality is like an ocean sunfish laughing my ass off. Like seriously, Minasue is just too cute and funny. Anyway, she said her personality is like an ocean sunfish, fragile, easily shaken, but with good recovery. She falls, then gets back up quickly. Wow, love it guys, because that doesn't sound like someone trying to play the villain. It sounds like someone who learned resilience in real time. She also addressed the backlash in a way that felt very unbothered, but not dismissive. She didn't say it didn't affect her. She said that once she accepted the possibility of being disliked, she actually felt freer. That mindset shift is important, because it explains why she doesn't sound defensive now or even during the reunion. She isn't trying to convince anyone she was right. She's just no longer afraid of being misunderstood. She also talked about her parents' reaction, and that part felt especially telling. Her dad was actually supportive when she first said she wanted to go on Singles Inferno, and even encouraged her, but once the show started airing and he saw the comments, he became worried. She said he would look at the negative reactions and say things like, "Aw, this is bad, it's over," clearly stressed. Instead of breaking down, she found herself reassuring him, telling him not to worry and reminding him that she knew who she was. But now, she says he's relaxed about it and he really likes it. He even searches her name online constantly, lol. Such a proud papa. If it were my child, I'd be super proud too. She wasn't a love puppy on the show begging to be loved but a badass bulldog, hahaha. And that role reversal with her dad really says a lot about how much she had to steady herself during the broadcast period. There were also a lot of assumptions about the panel reactions, especially the moments with Hong Jin-kyung. Minasue clarified that she never took those comments as personal attacks. She understood the panel's role as speaking on behalf of viewers' emotions in the moment. When Hong Jin-kyung later apologized in person, Minasue said it felt sincere and professional, and even revealed that the photo that circulated afterward, the one people read into, was actually her idea. That detail alone reframes the entire beef narrative people ran with online. And, I'll be honest guys, I feel like a lot of people don't really read between the lines. They follow the crowd reaction and stop there. But if you're willing to ask the right questions and stay open to context, you start to see how quickly a narrative can form that isn't fully accurate. Which leads us to her talks about Minji. She addressed the tension viewers thought they saw between her and Minji. A lot of people assumed they were still uncomfortable or distant because conflict tends to be emphasized on reality shows. But according to Minasue, that isn't the case at all. She said they talked things through, cleared the air, and actually became closer because of it. They reconciled during the reunion, and afterward, even joked at the group dinner about apologizing to each other and supporting one another. She mentioned that they still stay in touch in text, and that the situation ended cleanly, no lingering resentment, no Cold War. Her exact message was basically, "Don't worry, it's truly over, done, dusted, the end." Another thing she talked about, which I found surprisingly grounding, was how much her mom helped her during the show. The outfits that became such a big topic weren't some solo fashion flex. Her mom was deeply involved, helping alter dresses, lending accessories, thinking carefully about what would suit her body type. Even the yellow dress from her first appearance had been adjusted multiple times by her mom to fit perfectly. That adds a very human layer to what viewers saw as just luxury styling. She also addressed her body and diet in a way that felt very honest. She didn't glamorize it. She admitted she used to weigh more, that she loved eating, that her friends even had nicknames for her because she was always snacking. She talked about extreme dieting when she was younger, crying while surviving on tomatoes before competitions, and acknowledged that she wouldn't want to put herself through that again now. It wasn't presented as inspiration. It was presented as something she learned from. Minasue also reconfirmed her relationship status. She said because people still ask about it, she was very clear about her final couple. Yes, she matched with Song-hoon on the show. Yes, there were meaningful moments. But no, they did not date in real life. After filming, they stayed in touch as friends, checking in and supporting each other. That's it. No hidden relationship, no dramatic fallout. Just two people returning to normal life and becoming friends after an intense, artificial environment. When Minasue reflects on Singles Inferno itself, she describes it as a fantasy space detached from real life. 5 women and 5 men placed together in conditions that don't exist outside television. Because of that, she chose to act more immediately and more honestly with her emotions than she normally would. Her goal, as she explains it, wasn't to manage optics but to fully engage with the premise, meet different people, figure out who she connected with, and leave the island having tried. Looking back, she says she doesn't regret going on the show, even though there are moments she wishes she'd handled differently. What she takes from it isn't validation or revenge. It's growth. The kind that makes you less afraid of being seen imperfectly. So, when people look back and ask whatever happened to Choi Minasue after the dust settled on Singles Inferno 5, the answer isn't some simple story of her vanishing into the background or being rescued by a contract. It's something much more powerful. We're watching a woman step out from behind the lens of an editor's narrative and reclaim her own voice. She's moved past the reaction shots and the snapshots of drama to speak for herself with a level of grace and poise that honestly, a lot of people didn't expect. You don't have to be her biggest fan. You don't even have to like her. But you cannot deny the impact she had. She was the heartbeat of Season 5, and seeing her move into this next chapter, not by luck, but with such deliberate, quiet intention, is a reminder that she was never just a character in a show. She's been the one in the driver's seat all along. Thanks for watching. If this video got you thinking, hit like, drop your thoughts in the comments, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.